So tell me, man, what big is coming out in the world of horror? Because on Facebook, not only on your page, but the Fangoria feed on Facebook, I mean, you guys aren't kidding around just posting news stories. I mean, it's just like I keep seeing updates. What's big in horror now? Because there's so many titles coming out.
Well, I don't know what's big. I mean, so many different levels of fandom. What's big theatrically? There's so much crap out there. I mean, for me personally, probably.
Okay, let's say, how about the most anticipated?
Well, it's okay. My most anticipated is not even a horror movie, so maybe I shouldn't even go there. But I'm really looking forward to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, just because I'm a huge apes junkie.
I was going to ask you about that later on. Yeah, you can go into that.
I am so into Planet of the Apes, man. Like, the first one is undoubtedly my top 5 films of all time, and I love those movies.
Well, you could say that it's a horror movie. I mean, instead of zombies taking over the world, it's apes.
Yeah, I mean, it is a horror movie. It's a future shock movie, right? It's about everything that we hold dear and near to our heart being broken down and replaced by these kind of humanoid things that treat us as slaves. I mean, it's definitely got horror in there. It's a horrifying movie, and I wouldn't show my kids Planet of the Apes, even though many of them are rated G.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of stoked about this one. I don't know how it's going to pan out, but apes talking and beating the shit out of police and stuff is still cool, no matter if you like it or don't like it. But as far as most anticipated, geez, man, that's a good question. The new Final Destination movie, actually, believe it or not, has a lot of buzz around it. And I know it's the 5th one in the series, right?
Yeah.
Please, and those movies are kind of frowned upon by critics, but I've always liked them. I've always had a soft spot for them because I find them to be really revolting black comedies, and there's nothing else quite like them out there. There's slasher movies, but there is no slasher. It's just fate offing people in various tongue-in-cheek, disgusting, gruesome ways. But this new one is supposed to be rather kick-ass. Right, the buzz is really good, and you know this because Warner Brothers has been pre-screening the hell out of it. Usually they're ashamed of these movies. They dump them the night before they open for their press screenings, so the press can't properly turn a review around in the print that quickly, and then won't hurt the box office if word of mouth is bad. But people are saying this one's good, and the 3D effects. I'll watch someone do the dishes in 3D. I don't care. I love 3D.
Dude, I'm the same way. People are like, "Don't go see Captain America in 3D." I'm like, "Why? I'll pay the money. I want to go see a movie in 3D."
I know. I want to see Red Skull in my lap. I want to see a shield coming to my neck. I mean, I don't care. I love that gimmick. It is a gimmick, right? And that's why I like the Final Destination movie, the last one. They treat it what it should be, just blood and guts on your lap, flying off the screen, dodging eyeballs and stuff. That's the way it should be. So I'm really hyped about this one, actually. I ran a contest online giving away some tickets, and I thought, you'd get the usual, 30, 40 responses. I swear to God, I got about 300, 400 responses for people wanting tickets to this thing. So it is one of those movies that kind of pleases the gorehound fan. It also pleases the teens on date night who want to go out and see something creepy. And strangely enough, I think this may be the most buzzed about movie of the summer. The least anticipated for me is the remake of Fright Night. That just looks...
Is Peter Vincent even in that movie? I haven't seen him in any trailer.
He was in the first, and then they hacked him out. And I think they've rapidly, really cut his role down a lot. Now, if you're a fan of the first film, you know that Peter Vincent was a loving homage to both Peter Cushing and Vincent Price.
Yeah.
By Roddy McDowall, who was, again, tying into Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, absolutely. Cornelius.
Yeah. Cornelius or Caesar, depending on which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Or the series Galen. But, probably the performance of his life in Fright Night. Just a wonderful movie. To me, like a perfect movie. I saw it at the right time in my life, and it still holds up. This thing is just, Peter Vincent's like a Chris Angel-type magician with the lanky hair, and he's a coward, and he's, there's no history with fighting ghouls on screen. There's no history behind him at all. He's just a guy.
Got it.
And, Colin Farrell ain't no Chris Sarandon, I'm sorry. And it just doesn't appeal to me. It really doesn't. In fact, Disney was trying to make us really roll out the red carpet for the coverage for this one. The art they were giving us was deplorable. I mean, who wants to see a picture of McLovin with a crucifix in his hand? I mean, it just doesn't. It's not scary.
Agreed. Well, yeah, that's the problem with remakes, though. You know how it is. I understand why Hollywood remake stuff, because if they don't remake Fright Night, the kids won't ever watch a Fright Night.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you've really got to draw the line after a while, because they're literally, as you know, and I read in Fango, remaking everything.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, that's the whole thing, is that everyone's afraid to lose their, so they're remaking and sequelizing proven franchises. And I get that. I certainly get that. But I think if you're going to do it, you have to either go completely in a different direction, or you got to pay real attention to what made the first one work and copy the blueprint. But it seems with this new Fright Night, they've gone off in some, they're making Scream 5, with fangs and nudge, nudge, wink, wink, ironic. Fuck that.
I hear you. All right, Chris.
I got to tell you, too, that Human Centipede 2 is coming out, too, and I'm dying to see this thing because I love the first one. I loved it. I just thought it was just grand guignol at its most perverse. And this new one, I heard a buzz, and I'm not going to tell you. Someone I know saw it, and it was a very secret screening. But he's rendered this thing, and it's basically Eraserhead. It's this experimental avant-garde black and white meltdown where now not only 3 people getting themselves sewn ass to mouth, but 10 people, I think it is now. And this one apparently goes so far over the top, there's no coming back. So I'm totally excited to see Human Centipede 2.
All right, man. All right, the full sequence.
Yes.
All right. Sequence. Hey, man, I got a few more minutes with you before I let you go.
Yeah.
This movie, which I recently saw, I had to get a pirated copy because it's not available on DVD or VHS.
Yeah.
One of the best movies that I've seen, period, and I think it's one of the best movies of the past 10 years. Yeah. Have you seen the Poughkeepsie tapes?
You know what? I have not. And it's been on my list for so long because I've heard so many people like you who have found this thing, have stumbled upon it on TV, and have raved about it. And it's because it's not so widely available, it hasn't fallen on my lap, and I just haven't made the effort to really hunt it down. But no, I have not. So you liked it, huh?
I loved it. It scared the crap out of me, dude. It scared me the same way that Zodiac scared me. When I first saw Zodiac, I was in my apartment. It's late at night. I had a garden level apartment. And like Zodiac got done at like 1 a.m. And I just remember looking out my window and looking at my door to make sure it was locked because I was afraid that some serial killer was going to come into my room. And the Poughkeepsie tapes gives you that same feeling. And it shows enough gore for the gore hounds, but then it still has your mind wander, where you have to like make believe what's going on right now. It's a great movie. Again, you probably have to get your hands on a pirated copy, but when it hits DVD, I think it's going to be, for all of us horror fans, like the movie. And hopefully it'll do really well. I don't know why it's taking so long because I absolutely loved it. I've been loaning copies to all my friends around town. Yeah, no, I definitely it's on my radar, so I'm looking forward to that for sure, man. All right, man.
Thanks for the tip.
You're welcome. Well, from Fangoria Magazine, my boy Chris Alexander. Chris, thanks for talking to me this afternoon. Always appreciated, man. You take care and you stay sick, my friend.
I will, and you too. Take care. Thank you.
Thanks. Later, Chris.
Bye-bye.